None of us will forget the images of the devastating Grenfell fire. It was Ramadan and we were up for early prayers, and I started getting messages from friends who are watching the fire in fear, watching bodies fall and hearing the screams. Over 3 years later and 72 lives lost, we will never forget them. Some of those faces that we can still see in our minds, the children, the elderly, lost forever. I never thought I'd see that fear again, but a year ago I was woken up with messages about another fire, this time near my home in Worcester Park. I gathered some of my children's old clothing and arrived at chaotic scenes. Families and children, adults walking aimlessly in pyjamas with hair in a mess, nothing but a phone in their hands. The Hamptons fire was sudden, and it was pure chance no one died. I did talk to a little boy. He said his entire fossil collection had gone. Another child who was worried about her toys, mothers and fathers talking about how they'd lost everything. No photos, no clothes, no passports, everything gone. Quiet crying and stunned faces. I stayed every day that week trying to give comfort and support, and I will never forget those faces. Now, when I talk to these residents, they speak of the horrors that have remained, many too scared to sleep, many never feeling safe, many scarred for life. And this week I've been speaking to victims who, because of the government legislation resulting from these tragedies, have been left in mental and financial trauma. The End Our Cladding Scandal campaign has been led by the victims, leaseholders who are trapped in their homes because they cannot sell or remortgage because their properties are unsafe. They're being forced to pay the bill to fix a problem, a cladding tax. They're not responsible for the cladding, but they're being made to pay the bills and rising service charges that many of them can't afford. We are in a pandemic. Many people are on furlough, losing their jobs. Homeschooling is making it difficult to find work, and many are facing homelessness, some even resorting to dodgy lenders to pay for bills. And they're all suffering from extreme mental health conditions, severe stress and anxiety. We're all being told to stay at home, and we're all feeling that mental strain. But imagine adding the fear that your home is not safe and that you have to pay to fix it. This is simply unfair. Our motion asks that we support the victims' 10-point campaign, but we can do more. Most of the fires recently in London are similar to the ones in Worcester Park, buildings that are under 18 metres high, and unlike high-rise buildings, there's no government funding to support these leaseholders in low-rise buildings. Yet these victims are still paying the cost of living in unsafe homes. We need to get an audit on low-rise buildings so that we know who is at risk. There are people living in these flats right now who could be in danger. 500 flats in Plough Lane, Wimbledon, another building below 18 metres, and their residents are getting bills of £5,000 to pay by the end of March. They contacted their local MP and councillors, but they don't know where else to go for help. So we can support them in our by giving them support from the council with an online support hub. I'm hearing politicians saying that this is complicated. It is, but I'm listening to the victims and they're telling me they're feeling ignored, derailed, unstable, and they need urgent action. They want cross-party support. They need our help. Let's not make this complicated, political, or impossible, because together we can save lives. We can stop this scandal. We must accept this motion as it is, because our victims need action now. They should not pay the bills. We need this scandal to stop now because time is running out.